Give us 30 minutes each week to discover the trends that are shaping the future of retirement with That Annuity Show. We bring you conversations with industry leaders who are revolutionizing financial products, technology, and distribution channels. Now, here's your host, Paul Tyler.
Hi, this is Paul Tyler. I'm here from the floor of the LIMRA annual conference where, I would say LIMRA's done a great job this year attracting some of the most, senior people in the annuity and life insurance space. And a lot of the company's doing really cool things in the space. And we partner with a lot of them. And one of those companies is O'Neill Digital Solutions, a company, if you're a producer, you probably never heard the name, but you probably used one of their products or had one of their outputs. So today I have with me Tim Mader and Stephanie Warren, who's actually our account rep for Zinnia. And why would this be interesting? Because I think there's a lot of change taking place in how we handle paper, how we handle forms. The industry is all about forms, and I think O'Neill is doing some really interesting things. So Tim, Stephanie, welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, good. And Tim, just tell us a little bit about who you are. And Stephanie, I'd love to hear about you are. And then let's come back and talk a little bit about your companies. Tim.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm Tim Mader. I've been working in the insurance industry for 20 plus years. I've also had a total loss house fire. So I always... I'm the guy that makes sure that all of his friends, family, and coworkers have proper insurance coverage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's really a long time ago. But
yeah.
But when they say if you really want to know how important insurance is to somebody, have a big claim.
Yeah.
And then you learn. Because the stories for people that have proper coverage, whether no matter what type of insurance it is, if you have right coverage and you have a claim, and if you don't, there's a very different story.
Oh, yeah. I had 30,000 gallons of water come through my basement last summer. So, yes, I agree.
Not to laugh, I'm sorry.
Stephanie,
yeah.
Tell us about you.
So I have been in the digital print, paper print, and digital payment space for 25 years now. So I've seen a lot of transition from paper to digital over the years. Goodness, 25 years ago, everybody kept saying, paper's going away, paper's going away. It's still here today. And I joined O'Neill about a year and a half ago because they are one of the largest digital printers. And you had mentioned, a lot of people probably haven't heard of us, but about 80% of the U.S. population gets something in the mail from O'Neill Digital Solutions.
Yeah, it's astonishing. One of those companies that you probably received a lot of stuff from, but you don't know. Now, Tim, you would not let me say that you were the paper company getting rid of paper.
No, because we're not. We are the paper company that are helping insurance carriers and annuity carriers stop dealing with paper.
Yeah, you just can't escape paper in this industry. It's like even, we go digital and it's still a digital form of paper, like PDFs.
Exactly right. Yeah, so we have a software solution that we provide to insurance carriers that basically helps them manage all of their customer communications, and then we also do the printing for them as well. So if a customer has preferences that they want to get some things digitally versus get things via print, our software allows them to make that choice, and then we basically will make sure that if anything that's a piece of paper or something digitally that's required to be delivered to that individual consumer, we make sure it gets to them. So say, for example, you sign up to get your statements digitally, and our system gets a hard bounce when they try to deliver it to them. We will immediately, it'll kick back to our system, and our system will then print the statement out and send it to their house and identify that happened.
Yeah, interesting. And maybe we could push a little more in terms of what these solutions are today and what they could be. And Stephanie, you're so familiar with what we do, for a number of companies. I'd just like to talk about what has changed and what will change in the future. So tell me, like from a carrier standpoint, I remember, Tim, Stephanie, my first company I really worked with for a long time, MetLife, we had these enormous printing operations. It was stunning. Now, I think by the time I left, it has started to change. We started to outsource this stuff. How is managing the paper process important? A lot of legal reasons. How is this changing for carriers, and how will it over the next 4 or 5 years?
Well, I think that a lot of carriers are pushing their customers to go digital communications. But there are some things right now, regulations, certain regulatory requirements that are required by paper. That is transitioning away. So, like Tim had said, we deal in all communications in all forms. So we are there to support our carriers in their transitions, whether it be paper or digital or app-based or text messages, all communication forms. And it's really great to have a partner that you can work with for these carriers that can actually manage all of that. Even down to, there are certain requirements for tracking, certified tracking, where you need to keep that signature to show I delivered this check or I delivered this EOB, whatever the case may be, and you may have to keep that for 10 years. Well, the USPS will only actually store that for 2 years. But working with a company like O'Neill, we can actually store that digital signature for our carriers and store that for as long as they need it for regulatory requirements.
Yeah, well, maybe talk about that a little bit because, I think one of those intersections where carriers and policy and print and agent relations with customers all kind of collide. Collide's probably a negative word to use, but is policy delivery. The law says, hey, carrier, you must make sure that this customer got this policy. But for an agent, that's actually probably the only time the agent can come back and say, listen, it's almost ceremonious. Say, look, I delivered this to you. What does that look like in the digital age? Is there a better way to do that? Sort of make sure the clients got the policy, the carrier has the storage, and the agent's a little bit in control of that experience.
Yeah, so when we work with these carriers, we can SSO right into their system, for example. So now they have a customer on the phone, and perhaps the customer saying, hey, you know what, I didn't get this policy. Well, you know what, I can see that it was delivered to this. They can see right into our system immediately because we're connected with them. They can look and say, well, I see it was delivered to this email address, it was opened and confirmed at this date and this time, but I can actually go ahead and resend that for you while we're on the phone right now. So let me go ahead and hit send, boom. Do you have it now? Great, now they've just confirmed delivery.
And that goes for digital or for print too, so we can just, in our system, from their desktop, they can sit there, they can press a button and say, okay, we want to reprint it and have it shipped to their house.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. Now, if we were to sort of reinvent that customer experience, or say make it even better, I think back about how difficult some of this stuff would be and how it would be to implement. But, could you have personalized videos from agents be delivered simultaneously with that policy? So it actually felt, yes, it's come from the carrier, but it's customized for that agent.
Well, our digital solution that we provide, policy plans, whatever, can be dynamic. So we can put in there whatever it is that, you want. It could be a dynamic video. It could be a QR code. It could be something where once they receive it, they click or they, take a screenshot of that QR code, and now we know that they've received it, or they've clicked on a link and we know that they have opened it. So, there's a lot of, different things that we can do. We're always listening to our carriers and looking to come up with unique solutions that they can, dream up. That's the fun part.
Tim, you reimagine the process. If you were running a carrier and you wanted to create something entirely unique, what would it be?
Something completely unique for as a carrier?
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah,
but I know your background. You're a creative guy.
No, I think, something that we're helping a lot of carriers do, which is as they continue to transition to digital, they're doing less and less print. And so what they're discovering is that, hey, do we still want to continue to spend money on the square footage to have a print shop and to spend money on the employees and also on the upkeep and maintenance of the machines? Instead, why don't we go to somebody who's an expert in this and let them take over our print as we transition out? And at the same time, as we continue to keep the most updated technology, the newest machines, the fastest machines, and also the most accurate. as far as how we actually do delivery of all of the policies and things of that nature. And so basically, a carrier can rest assured that, hey, what I still have to print, at least I know it's getting done well, and it's getting done on time, and it's getting done by the experts.
Oh, listen, that Proposition 1, hands down every day. I think the opportunity, Stephanie, which you're sort of hitting on, is how do you turn this into a revenue generating opportunity? Like, we had some imaginary brainstorming sessions with people because around that policy delivery moment. Now, this could be for the death claim check, could be for that first annuity check. It's a big deal,
Yeah.
When a carrier actually delivers on its promises, and an agent can actually feel that connection. We had one brainstorming session. We said, what if a box showed up? You opened this thing up, the balloons came up and said, "Congratulations, your life insurance policy has been delivered." Now, okay, let's wind that back. What if you delivered the video with the producer and said, "How was your experience?" Rated on 1 to 5. You hit 5. It says, could you tell 5 of your friends about this experience, or share it on Trustpilot or some other source?
Right.
I mean, just like what Tim said, his experience with insurance when he had to file a claim, the people that have actually gone through the process and have had a positive experience, those are really, that's your force right there. There's your sales force. That's who goes out and, expands your customer footprint, because you've had a positive experience when so many people out there have had so many negative.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, I'd like to give people a sense of what might be coming, but also help, give you a little bit of a promo here as well. What are the solutions that are right on the, coming out of the box from O'Neill? And boy, you'd love to talk to 50 carriers about it.
Absolutely. Our one suite solution is basically the software that we've been talking about that allows carriers to control and also have one true source of information for all of their customer communications. So whether it be anything from a statement to any type of policy print, or whatever it may be that you're delivering to your policyholders, in one suite you can maintain it, you can update, edit it, and you can track it all there. So if you, and what we find is that a lot of carriers think they have hundreds of templates that they're using every day. And when you come down to it, they probably could get it down to about 10. And with our software, we can actually help them eliminate all of that extra work that they have their employees doing because they think they're using so many templates. Once we really helps them simplify that and then have one true source of information. And then also, as Stephanie said, they'll be able to maintain and we'll hold on to that and store it for them for 10 years.
Yeah. And Stephanie, you're by the way, you're a great account rep. You've been I love your persistence and looking for ways for us to work together. Why do you do this? Why do you like this business? Why are you here?
It's a funny story. My dad was an insurance salesman with Western Southern Life.
Oh, interesting.
He was a district manager, and I personally saw all the good that he did. When somebody was having the hardest time of their life, I saw what a difference he made. And, when my dad passed, so many people came up to me at the funeral home and told me how my dad made a horrible situation that they experienced that much better. And so for me, insurance has always been a part of my life. When I started going into print and digital payments, I originally had started off in utilities and government, and I found an opportunity to go into insurance, and it was like magic for me because it was like coming home again. Insurance to me is my passion, and trying to help is my passion. And I do feel that what we do at O'Neill makes a difference. We're making people's lives easier. We're helping them get things done faster. We're helping them have a better experience, especially when it comes to those hard points in their life and insurance. And I like that I get to make a positive difference every day.
Thanks for doing it. Thanks for sharing this, and thanks for what you're doing. Tim, you've been here. You've been in the business a while.
A long time.
Yeah, why? Why do you stay here?
It's kind of one of those things that when you live it and you learn it and you know it and you love it.
Yeah.
Why would I go anywhere else?
Yeah.
I come back to LIMRA every year. I've been coming here for 15 years now, I think, and and I see the same faces, And then, and the great thing is that I work for a company that really is experts in what they do, and it really helps these carriers in the long run to save money and do their jobs better.
Yeah, that's great. Well, see, what's the best way to get in touch with either of you to learn more about Anil?
Either of us, you can email us at our first name dot last name at o'neildata.com.
Okay.
So, and my name, I'm Tim Mader, that's Mader, and Stephanie.
And Stephanie Warren.
Great. Hey, listen, thanks so much, and look forward to working more with you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Nassau Financial Group is always working harder to be your carrier of choice. We build products that help protect people's savings and are dedicated to providing you with best-in-class service. We seek to keep things simple and have your back in the years to come. Nassau is headquartered in Hartford, Connecticut. Learn more at nfg.com.
Zinnia, an Eldridge Industries business, simplifies insurance. It delivers comprehensive solutions for the industry's most critical needs and creates the modern rails of the insurance industry. To learn more about Zinnia, please visit zinnia.com.
CM Risk Consulting helps insurance company clients navigate through rating agency strategies and capital optimization. At CM Risk Consulting, our mission is to empower organizations through expert consulting in capital needs and credit ratings. Our goal is to become executive management's partner and operative arm as it relates to insurance credit ratings and capital management.